Well, hello! JohnBParker here, back with another episode of BreakOut. How you guys doing today? I'm doing really good. Really good. So, in between episodes, you can see that there may be a few changes here. We went ahead and we grinded up a few resources here with thermal and with botania, because the end game goal here is to be able to break out of this place. So I just kind of wanted to look and see what our end game goal was. How are we supposed to break out of the bedrock? So I just typed in bedrock here, and there's this tool called the bedrock miner. And what you need is you need 4 end rods. You need 2 of these diamantine crystal pickaxes and then 2 regular diamond pickaxes. So I'm like, oh, well, end rods. Holy cow, that looks complicated. So what do we need to make them? You need the Flask of Absolution from Botania, so you need the Botanical Brewery. Well, we went ahead and made all of that. That was easy. But then for these diamond pickaxes, you need this weird greenstone gem thing. So we looked at the greenstone gem, and the only way to get it is from the Empowerer. So basically, this is why you needed the blocks of Terra Steel or the blocks of Enderium, basically to finish off the pack here. So if we go into our quest book here and we look at the crossroads, that's what these ones here were for. They're setting you up is because you needed the blocks of the Enderium and whatnot for each one of those quests. So we look back into Botania. I went ahead and did all of these things off camera because they were pretty easy to make. Oh, and I did go ahead and first let's show you what we set up here. I set up the autosieve in here just to have a quicker way of getting more resources this way. You know, you just get a whole bunch of gravel, I throw it in here, and then it auto resieves this. I ended up putting these 2 enchants on the stiffened diamond stiffened mesh because we got those from completing the quest. So that was easy enough just to make an anvil. So you guys also might be wondering, how do I have all of these ores in my inventory? Well, before we go out, I ended up making the Arcane Ensorcellator, which is your way of making books from thermal. You can make enchanted books from thermal, and I went ahead and I got Fortune 3 for the obsidian pickaxe, and that was easy enough. That was just some emeralds. So we go look over in the Botania area. There's a lot more upgraded. Oh, and also, I'm not sure if I had this, but I have 4 crucibles now feeding my magmatic dynamo that is upgraded. So now we can produce up to 400 RF a tick. So that's really nice. But if we go ahead and we go look over in the Botania area, and then, I just set up this just to have a tank of lava, because you're probably always going to need it. You know, as much endstone and stuff as we make. I went ahead and I made the portal to Alfheim. So the portal to Alfheim is living wood, some glimmering living wood, which was Terra Steel nuggets with living wood, and then there's the gateway core, and then you just have to supply this with mana. And that was the really most grindy part, was just sitting here feeding this with coal and letting these 2 pools fill up. So if we look over here, you can see that we have the orchid. We ended up getting the orchid. It was actually really easy to make. Where was it? Right here. So we ended up getting the evolved orchid, and that gave us the floating evolved orchid because it consumed this and then it gave us this. So now we just have the floating version of it. And if we look at that crafting recipe, it was very simple to make. So in our petal apothecary, just 2 grays, 2 reds, 2 greens, and 2 yellows. And what the orchid, the evolved orchid, allows us to do is if we place it right here and then we throw stone down, it will use a tremendous amount of mana, but it will turn the stone into ore. And then we can go ahead and we can mine that ore just like this. Well, why would I set this up? Because we have the sieve going. This right here is what we needed here. The wub ore. Because we need the wub gems. If we look it up here, we need the wub gems. We look at its uses. In the Empowerer, that is the central catalyst for making the end rods. And we needed 4 end rods, so what we needed is 4 wub gems. So that's why I went ahead and did Fortune 3, because these wub ores don't get generated by the evolved orchid very often. It might be a 1% chance, it might be less than 1% chance. I have sat here and gone through like 6 stacks of stone, and I got 3. So I'm not sure what that percentage is, but it's not high. So that's why I have the Fortune 3. So hopefully we can get 4, and it looks like we just got 2, and we got 7. So that'll definitely help us out. Perfect. Awesome. So I think that's all the upgrades that I did. Oh, so I set up the portal to Alfheim so we could make the, if we look here at the Enrod recipe, it requires flasks of absolution, and then the flask of absolution takes all these things, which we can get, but it takes the Alf glass flask. Now that is Alf glass, which is throwing mana glass into the portal, and then mana glass is throwing regular glass into a mana pool. So that's basically why I set that up. It's pretty much the only reason I set that up, but it's okay. You know, we might use it for something else. It doesn't use too much mana, if any, really at all. So we are going to go back into our thermal area, because I do believe that's where I store all of my ores, in this crate right here. And look at all the stuff that we ended up getting here, guys. And we still have more of these ores here that we haven't even processed. So that's going to be a fun day. We throw the web gems in there. The gunpowder goes somewhere else. So yeah, we are rolling. We are pretty much rolling. We're just going to let this guy go. Everything else I believe is the same, except for maybe there's a few upgraded parts, and that's pretty much it. So all right, today we got to get into Ender.io, because Ender.io is the next step. Because if we looked at those pickaxes, the diamond pickaxe, if we looked at the greenstone gem here in the Empowerer, there it is, vibrant alloy blocks. So we have to make the vibrant alloy, and that's made with Ender.io, and the ally smelter with energetic alloy and ender pearls. Well, we have a pretty good source of ender pearls with the, the crushed endstone is not that bad. That's another reason to have more lava, so we can make more crushed endstone. So let's go get started in Ender.io. So we pop all of these off. These things, I do believe, they're just the simple ones, but that's okay. That'll help us make the simple machines. So if we look in our quest book here under Ender.io, not that one, Crossroads, we have to get a Grains of Infinity. So to get the Grains of Infinity, you have to strike the flint and steel on the bedrock until you achieve infinity. So you sit here and you light the bedrock on fire, and every now and again there's a percentage chance that the fire will produce a Grain of Infinity. And now Grains of Infinity is basically the initial catalyst for building every simple machine chassis. All of the simple, I guess it's required in the end steel one too, but it's basically the what you're gonna need to start out the pack. So you need a whole bunch of these, and we got one. There we go. Okay. So we complete that, and then we get 18 more, so that'll be nice. We don't have to sit here and grind for these. So let's go back into the Ender.io, and we need to craft a basic capacitor. So let's take, oh wait, we got a few more. We got 21. That should probably be enough for us for right now. Let's take a look at what it takes to make a basic capacitor. There we go. So some Grains of Infinity, there we go. Gold and copper. So let's go grab ourselves some gold and some copper from our ore chest over here. Okay, let's just grab a whole bunch here. Let's grab that. There's the gold, and that should probably be about it. There we go. We gotta make some nugs. So for right now, we're just gonna make one to complete the quest. There we go, 5 levels of XP. And here we go. Now we're going to get into making more machines. But let's check this one here. What do we got? Other ways to do it. Automating Grains of Infinity Grains of Infinity can be as simple as a vanilla dispenser, flint and steels, and something to collect the results. So essentially you set this up to where a dispenser will shoot out the flint and steels. It basically just uses the flint and steel on the bedrock, and an observer is set up with a repeater around it, some redstone going on to once the fire goes out, the observer will change state, send a redstone signal back to the dispenser, and then it'll light the flint and steel again. And then you have your vacuum chest hooked up to where it will collect the Grains of Infinity. We're not going to do that just quite yet. So what we know for a fact is that we need to get Vibrant Alloy. So the first machines, it's almost the same as thermal, except for there's different tiers and they're a little bit harder to craft. So you can't just craft one machine and then craft a few upgrades for it. You have to actually craft one machine and then you have to craft another machine. So you have the simple sag mill, then you'll have the regular sag mill, and then I think it's enhanced. It is a little more complicated, which is why we didn't start out with it, but it's going to help us out here in the end here. So if we go to @ender.io, there's 3 pages. Let's get to the machines. And we're going to need an alloy smelter. And I think it was a sag mill, alloy smelter, and then powered furnace. Okay. So let's just look up sag mill. Sag mill, here we go. Okay. So we need some iron, some flint. We have the simple machine chassis, pistons, and then stone gears, which is just going to be cobblestone. Okay. All right. So we need to grab some iron, and we're going to need some redstone for the piston, and then cobblestone. And then we're also going to need some wood for a piston. Let's go ahead, and we still have 11 stacks in here. Let's grab one. Where's the wood? There's the wood. Oh, let's just grab a stack of wood. Okay. Okay, here we go. We should be able to make everything now. A piston. Perfect. Stone gears. I guess you can make it with sticks and stuff, but I don't want to do that. Let's just make it with cobblestone. Make it cheaper. There we go. 2 of those. And we're missing the flint. Did I leave any flint in here? A whole bunch of it. Nope. 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 Oh boy. Oh boy, did we lose our flint? There it is. I knew it. See, it's always the last chest you look because you never look in another chest afterwards. But literally, it was the last chest we looked in. Because it was the last one we could have looked in. Alright, so there's the sag mill. So next we're going to look at the alloy smelter. The simple alloy smelter just takes iron. We need a bucket because we do not have a bucket. And we don't have any furnaces in our inventory. So there's 2 furnaces. And then we need 2 more stone gears. So these aren't too terribly difficult. If you have the Grains of Infinity for the simple machine chassis, it's really the hardest thing. Ooh, and it takes iron alloy ingots. So the good thing we're given those. We don't have to really look at them too hard. We might have to later. So we got that. We got that. Let's look at the powered furnace, because this is almost essentially the same as, I think it's the same as a redstone furnace. Yeah, it's basically the same as a redstone furnace. So we need another regular furnace, and I think we were going to need some stone bricks, which we didn't have any stone for because it's over here. Okay. Oh, don't take too much damage. Where was that stone? There we go. 1 2 3 4. All right. We're going to go ahead and get this ball rolling here. Powered furnace. We just need stone gears. Stone gears. Pretty nice that we only have to make these easy stuff. There we go. We got the powered furnace right there. It's very nice that we only have to make the easy stuff right off the bat here. So that should complete this quest. It doesn't consume them. We get 2 small storage crates. Those are nice. These are really nice. It's like a double chest in one block. Okay. Alright, so that opened up. Oh, and here we go. This is where we have to get to, guys. So we have to upgrade. Oh boy. Industrial machine chassis. That's going to take quite a bit here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it takes to make the industrial machine chassis. Just really quickly. And it looks like we're going to need an alloy smelter. We're going to need a simple machine chassis, and then we're going to need industrial die blend. So industrial die blend is a little more difficult. Takes crushed quartz, black dye, or the organic black dye, which I think that it only works with organic black dye. We can get lapis, crushed lapis, and then the organic green dye. I believe the organic green might be the hardest part, unless the black is. Now, the black is just coal with an egg or slime balls, so that's easy. Let's go back. The green is going to be the hardest one to acquire, simply because it takes clippings and trimmings. Now, clippings and trimmings is not that difficult to acquire, honestly. But it's just kind of a pain to acquire it. So we look here and we can throw, any of these flowers in, and we get a 10% chance here. You can see a 10% chance to get them. That's going to be a lot of flowers though. And the easier way is to just get grass. So if we go, you get a 60, 30, and a 10% chance at it. So if we go ahead and grab some bone meal. Where do we have any bone meal? Do we have any bone meal in here? No, this is just the ores. I think we have bone meal up here. Yes, we do. And then we have some shears. Inventory's starting to fill up. It's starting to fill up. So we go and we bone meal the grass, and then you can just shear the grass just like this. Easy enough. Easy enough, just like that. And we get plenty of grass this way. And we even get some flowers in case we really want to use some flowers on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get some Ender IO machines set up in the other room. I might possibly put it in the thermal room just to get power easy. But I will be back at you when I have a good Ender IO setup. And we're back here. Decided to set up here in the thermal area just because we had the power gen already here. And it made it easier. So we got the sag mill set up here. And what we did was we threw the grass in there. And every now and again we got some clippings and trimmings. So then I took the clippings and trimmings with some slime balls that we acquired from our strainers, and I threw them in there and we got some organic green dyes. Now I did the same thing with coal. I threw some coal into the pulverizer here just because it's a little faster, and we got pulverized coal. And then I mixed that with some slime balls, and we ended up getting the organic black dye. The crushed lapis is easy enough, and then nether quartz dust is, you get some soul sand from the witch water setup that we have here down there. You throw a piece of sand in there, you get a soul sand, you sieve that out, and you get nether quartz. Just threw that into the pulverizer, and that was easy. So we look at our industrial machine chassis. It takes a simple machine chassis and then industrial dye blend in the alloy smelter, and now we can make the industrial dye blend. So I don't know if we're going to need more than 6, but we have the capability to do that. So let's just make 12. That should be able to get us in the end. That'll get us 12 industrial machine chassis. So to make this simple machine chassis was just iron bars, this iron alloy ingot, and the iron alloy ingot I am currently making right here. It's just iron and then any two other metals, and I just grabbed aluminum and nickel because that's what I had, and it made it that much easier, or it's going to be that easy to get the ball rolling here with Ender IO. But 17th thing is 17th. I think that we should have the ability to see what's behind here. So that lever is already clicked. We need to go into the Ender IO room here. Let's see what's behind the curtain. Behind the curtain, let's see. Oh, Skystone. That's from Applied Energistics. Is this just like a big like asteroid or something? Oh, more bedrock. Let's see here. We're gonna go this way, and there we go. Now we have a pathway back here into our rooms. I wonder how much Skystone is here, but that might make it easier to run. It gives us kind of more space. We'll run power. We can run power through there. The only problem is if we run power through there, we'll never be able to get back through there. So it is what it is. Ooh, we were able to open that one up. Oh yeah, because that one was Botania. Ooh, all right, so let's go. There's the bedrock. We just get a straight line over to Botania. Oh, and that's a quest apparently. Hey, look at this. Now we have easier access, no more up and down the ladders for now. Excellent. Very, very excellent. All right. So, go back into our quest book here. We needed to make the industrial machine chassis, and I do believe that we had one. Did we have one left over? We had one simple machine chassis left over with an industrial die blend in the alloy smelter. So let's go ahead and take these things out, let that finish up, and we'll throw a simple machine chassis, and we'll get that quest done, and we'll see where we need to go from here. Oh boy, the simple machines kind of go very slow. So once we are able to make the industrial machine chassis, we are able to make just the regular sag mills, and they move a lot faster. But we are going to need dark steel. So obsidian, pulverized gold, that's easy enough to make dark steel. All right, let's get this out of here. Let's get the, oh boy, and that's not that slow. That one's pretty fast right there. It's like it's almost as if Ender.io wanted us to be able to make their own machines faster than the alloys and stuff. All right, industrial machine chassis. Ooh, what did we get for that? Oh no, we need to make these regular machines first. Okay, well, that's gonna have to be next time, guys. Oh, we got some Enderios. I don't think that I want to eat those. Not actually healthy. Contains 253 grams of sugar, 53 grams of fat, and 394 grams of ender dust. Side effects of ender dust include nausea, dizziness, confusion, and random teleporting. maybe when we get closer to the end, we'll go ahead and do that. But oh, guys, we're making some progress. I showed off a whole bunch of stuff that we did during off camera, and we're making some progress in Ender.io, and next episode we're going to make even more progress. Hopefully we're going to finish up Ender.io. So I'm JohnBParker, and go ahead and hit that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and have yourselves a great day.
With